Today, let's talk about what a speech delay looks like in a 3-year-old. I had dinner with a dear friend whose child is older now, and she said when her child was about 3, she became very difficult to understand. And this friend told me that I heard my friend saying, I can't understand her, and I would feel so bad because I could hear it too, and I just didn't know what to do. So this is why I'm filming this video, because I want you to know there are things at home that you can do as a parent, grandparent, foster parent, teacher, to help increase language skills. Before I get to that, I do want to say this is not a replacement for speech therapy. So if you feel in your gut that you need to get that therapy process started, talk to your pediatrician, talk to your insurance company, or contact a speech language pathologist to get the party started, to get the ball rolling. You can always do these things, and they're great to do as carryover exercises or intervention exercises, but nothing takes the place of a speech language pathologist. What your child should be doing as a 3-year-old. 75% understandable to people that they know. So almost everything they say by age 3, you should begin as a familiar listener. You should understand them. They should be able to talk about things that aren't in the room or in their field of vision. So if they left their ball or their tablet or their doll or their blocks in another room, they should be able to talk about those things. Another thing they should do is be able to make the following sounds. They should make K, G, F, T, D, and N in words. Now, that's really important because a lot of times parents will say, well, they're not making their R's or they're not making their STs yet. And those are later developing sounds. But the sounds that I just listed, those are sounds that your child at 3 years old should be able to say. They should start to use what we call spatial concepts or prepositions: in, on, even under and over. They begin to talk about and ask for things. They should be able to use questions. Another thing that they do is ask why. So at this age, your child starts asking, Mommy, Daddy, Grandma, Grandpa, why? They should be putting 3 words together. So in our profession, the rule of thumb is 2 words at 2, 3 words at 3, and 4 words at 4. Now, here are some things that you can do as a parent or caregiver to increase language and speech skills in your 3-year-old. The first thing, just like our 2-year-old video, use short, clear sentences. So don't dumb down your language, but make language, especially if you want them to imitate it, make it short. Get the ball, or give me the ball, like things like that. Or I want juice. I want is a huge thing. I want juice, or thank you, Mommy. Those are like 3 words that they can imitate. When your child says one word, be sure that you're adding words to it. So if they say car, remember you're gonna say, oh, I see the big red car, or red car, or big car, fast car. Remember, if they're 3, big red car, I see the big red car. In previous videos, we've talked about turning on the Disney. Well, you're gonna continue to do that. When your child gives you 1 word, you give them 3 back. Teach them new words, expose them to things, and as you're narrating or verbalizing the things that you're doing, use new words. Talk about colors and shapes. Colors and shapes are a big one for me because a lot of times parents will say, well, they know all their colors, they know their alphabet, and so there's nothing wrong with their language. I don't want to go on a tangent here. Colors and shapes are so very important. And remember, If you're doing puzzles or if you're working on shapes or you see those in a book, be sure that you're labeling them and you're pointing them out. But if your child is using those things or able to use those things, but they're not saying much else, that could also be an indication that you need to investigate further. Practice counting. I love counting. Count fingers, count toes, count cars, count blocks that you stack. Counting is a big one. Now, if your child says something that you don't understand, let them know that what they say is important to you and you would like them to repeat it. Often at this age, children are very aware that they are becoming difficult to understand. So if you hear that, go ahead and just ask them to repeat it again and go from there. Another thing that you can do is put things in a bucket. And as they're getting things out of the bucket, you can label those things. That is a fun activity. A lot of times I'll do that with things in a bucket or even a puzzle. I'll scatter all the puzzle pieces around, and as a child, kind of playing hide and go seek. And as a child brings it back to me, I label it. And sometimes I even ask them where they found it. Like, where did you find that whale? That whale was on the floor. So like I said, if you're a parent on the quiet side, it might feel silly to you, but these things are great. They're so stimulating language-wise for your child. I've written a book called 30 Days to Get Your Toddler Talking, and it gives you activities that you can do day by day, 5 to 15, 20 minutes every day to increase time on task and language skills. You can grab that in the link. For now, try those things, and please put in the comments how it worked out, or if you have any questions, and also put in the comments what videos you want us to produce and talk about. It's very important that we educate parents and caregivers in how they can increase language skills in the kids that they love. So for now, try those things. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy communicating.